divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and is brought to you.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Kene Nwangu. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
They'll roll him out right. As you can see, they're not operating at full health today, partner. That's been a big story the last couple of weeks. But the bottom line, their record is solid, and you know that this is still a very dangerous team, even with those guys missing.
What they have shown us throughout this season is that this team has stayed focused, and some injuries, they're just not going to derail the momentum they've built up all season long. They continue to go out there and play and give their best performances.
6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you always love spectacular, but in the playoffs, you'll take solid, and that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll complete this one to Watson. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Love looking to throw it. This one swung out here to Jones. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Love. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
First down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Myles Gaskin, 52 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Love now to pass on 1st down. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. midfield. It's incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that clock's going to be on the ground.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On play action. Love to throw. Finds his receiver, Watson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Play action this time with Love. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Daniil Hunter, now 2 sacks for him already here in this 1st quarter of play. Again, a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. They'll begin things here with Gaskin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 79 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Cousins completes it to Powell. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now Cousins. Open is Powell. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 13-0 is the score after 1. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run with Gaskin. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Myles Gaskin with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packers ready to take over offensively. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Love going to keep it on the option.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Josh Oliver,
45 yards.
and the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Off the play fake, Love.
Right side to Watson.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
2nd down, Love. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Jordan Hicks. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking on the midfield logo.
13 yards, the tally on the return there.
And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's Gaskin.
And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10.
throwing, Cousins.
He'll leave that one for Gaskin.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd down, Cousins.
That one's going to be caught by his running back, Gaskin. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to win.
Touchdown! Myles Gaskin saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Packers with a football here late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing. Love. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Well, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
And they're going to have a 1st down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. 119 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. So we've come upon
a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better.
There he goes, left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That good for 19 and a 1st down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Love now. His throw incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
This to Arnold on the short pass. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. On now is the Packers punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. And now they're in the hurry-up. Cousins now on second down.
He's going to get this complete to Gaskin.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. From the left side, it's complete. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Running on 1st down with Gaskin.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Miles Gaskin, 25 yards to the house. And the Vikings continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Jones. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
This is taken around the 12. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
2nd down, Gaskin.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
On the counter is Gaskin.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Gaskin will try it up the middle.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Miles Gaskin.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. To throw now. Here's Love.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Love's throw finds its target, Doubs.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Love from the gun.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, Love.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. They will throw again here with Jordan Love.
That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed.
And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
First down, Love to pass. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sideline.
And it's a Packers touchdown.
Aaron Jones
from 10 yards out.
And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Love.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Barr.
And he take this back down inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Lucas Van Ness getting 3 there to bring him down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
A give right side, Gaskin.
And a short gain here down to the 22.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Third and 12. On 3rd down, here's Gaskin.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Love.
That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Going back to Love. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Now, the Vikings will continue on in these playoffs as we say so.